message. Like,
oh, it's Daryl. He says, I never fall for that Back to the Future Photoshop stuff, he says. He is above it. He doesn't fall for that. All right. I think we're ready. You want to do it?
yes. Oh, yes.
Okay. Oh, chat room, I'm not even in you. Hold on. I'll be in you soon. I'll be in you shortly. Hold on now. I watched that Bates Motel this morning on the treadmill.
Oh, did you? What'd you think?
First episode's good.
Yeah.
It's better than it should be, I feel like.
Right.
I feel like as I'm watching, I'm like, I should hate this. I shouldn't like them trying to do...
Shoehorn a...
yeah. And go, all prequel-y, and here's how it all started. And also, it's set in modern day. Everyone's got iPhones, and those things usually drive me crazy. But I think the actors are winning it for me.
Exactly. Well, you know who? There's a little Freddie Highmore.
Yeah, he's also the kid from the newer Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's that kid.
Yes, all grown up.
And hiding that English accent like a boss.
Big Fish. No, what else was he? There was so many things. Like he was the go-to kid.
Yeah, for a while there.
In the 90s.
Uh-huh.
Again, this is good show talk stuff. What are you doing?
90s, I'd say like early aughts, that kid. That's mostly what he was doing, wasn't it?
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah, did I say 90s?
You said 90s.
I meant 2000s.
That's all right. You really liked...
Not old enough to be in the movies in the 90s.
You really liked MC Hammer. He had talent.
And whatever happened to MC Hammer?
You know
the guy's got talent.
I got a surprise for you today in that regard.
Do you?
Yeah. You'll like it. Okay.
Oh, I can't wait.
Here we go. I think we're ready.
Yes.
Let's hit record and go. All right.
Okay. Oh,
Recording is going. Chat room, you guys ready? Sure you are. Of course you are. What else are you doing? I got to get the read up. And it's up. Okay. Here we go. Counting it down. In 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, when you find out things about your childhood that... What? Shit. Start over. Here we go again. Coming up on TMS, when you find out things about your childhood way after they happened.
Dead rat in a cake was not what that old man was hoping for on his birthday.
Comcast and Netflix are buddies again.
Heroes is coming back, and some people care.
Boo. Nobody seems to be able to fight toe-to-toe with the Lego movie.
Major spoilers.
Geek Food.
A final day of the Wacom tablet contest, and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
You can take your family to a place where dreams are born. Walt Disney World on Eastern, the airline with more flights from more cities to Walt Disney World than any other airline.
A dream is a wish your heart makes. Love.
There's only one official airline at Walt Disney World, and that's Eastern, the airline that's working harder for your dollar. Eastern, the wings of man.
Well, these are hard.
Yeah, mine are hard.
Well,
Mine's really hard.
Mine's hard too.
The morning stream, 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 the morning stream.
How about a booby? You know the guy's got talent. This is the morning stream.
I told you you'd like that.
I did like that, yes.
Entertaining all the time, Mr. Scott Fletcher. Mrs. Scott Fletcher. Oh, what happened to the audio? There we go. Back.
No, keep that. Keep that.
Hey, it's the morning stream. It's a new week. It's Monday, everybody. February 24th, 2014. The final throes of the month of February, and we are in them. March is right around the corner, and it's actually starting to warm up around here, which is great.
Yeah.
It's great. Are your temperatures better?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I took the recycling out this morning for the trash men who
Yeah.
are also the recycling men. Recycling man.
Yeah.
I noticed that it was like, wow, it's light out first of all, which I love.
Mm-hmm. Don't like those dark mornings, do you?
I don't.
either.
No, longest nights just don't do it for me.
Yeah.
Like, and it doesn't get light until 7 o'clock. Just doesn't do it for me.
Isn't there a place like in Alaska or somewhere where it's always dark?
The land of the midnight sun. Yes.
Couldn't do that.
Where it's light. Well, I think it's light. There are times when it's light for full 24 hours.
Yeah.
And I would assume that there have to be, there's times when it's dark, when they have really long nights.
Yeah,
right?
wouldn't it flip like the opposite part of the year? It's I know nothing of this, but
as the axis is further, I don't know.
Yeah, because you're on the other side, right? You know what I was if I was living in the 1600s? I was one of those guys that thought the world was flat. You guys, I can totally see the edge. It's over there, I swear. It's not round. Who the hell is Chris Columbus? And what's this going? What's going on here? Isn't he actually? That's fake, isn't it? He's not the one that thought it was round. He just wanted money or something.
Yeah, he was just looking for a new path to India.
Yeah, he's wanted
trading, I believe.
Wanted dough.
A shorter trip.
Yeah.
He's just looking for a shortcut.
Instead,
Aren't we all?
Instead, he found what, Florida? Or where did he land, did we figure? We don't know.
Yes, I think it was Florida. Yeah.
Bumped right into the big wang sticking out in the ocean there.
Yep. And then he and Ponce de Leon discover the Fountain of Youth, and then that's what.
And they're still among us now. We just don't know where.
Dick Clark. Yeah, exactly.
Dick Clark. Dick Clark is Chris Columbus. Actually, Chris Columbus, who directed the Home Alone movies.
It was Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, and the first two Harry Potters. It's actually Christopher Columbus.
It's amazing.
All right, we've solved the world's problems in one fell swoop. What would Veronica say?
I'm not cutting in line, bitch. Damn.
I don't know what she's doing.
What was that from?
She's playing some game and is all pissed. Apparently, she did some live stream and I swarm captured that. I have no context for it.
I thought that was like recorded at a Denny's or like a
That'd be great.
San Diego Comic-Con or something.
Show up any day on BuzzFeed.
That's right.
Internet superstar Veronica Belmont.
Right. No, it would be internet sweetheart with a question mark at the end.
That's the one.
That
That's exactly how they do it. All right. We're here to say, first of all, big thanks again on our continual Patreon page and continued campaign. It's going really well. We are dangerously close to the evening stream.
That's right. We've adjusted the goals so that the evening stream is a little bit more quickly attainable. We're
a little more
anxious
reachable.
To get to that one.
Yep.
And but I'm loving the new 10,000 goal, like the new game show.
Yeah.
The FROGPANTS game show.
Yeah.
I've been wanting for
listen,
years.
Imagine a world. Imagine. Hold on, wait a minute.
Imagine.
Oh shit. Where's I got to
That's
play
what
that.
I'll do.
I'm required by law.
Imagine.
There we go. You were good, but I had to play it. Imagine a time when the FROGPANTS All-Stars is a thing that happens on a regular basis, but you guys are the All-Stars, and imagine how fun that would be. We are tapping into the raw quiz trivia prowess of Brian Ibbett.
You know what we would do, though? I mean, it wouldn't just be... It couldn't just be listeners. I mean, we'd have to have, like, FROGPANTS producers as part of it as well. Like, team up with your favorite Schwood or Jury or
like that Pyramid Show back in the day. Remember that? It'd be like some schmo sitting next to
Nipsey Russell,
right?
Or
every damn week,
Gavin McLeod,
or dude what played Klinger. All those guys.
Oh my God, yeah, Jamie Farr made the rounds, didn't he?
He was either on Gong Show,
$20,000 Pyramid,
something else.
Match Game. He was up at the top left for a while on Match Game.
Don't turn the channel because about 3 hours later he was on Love Boat. And if you wait around long enough, probably Fantasy Island. That guy was on everything.
Whatever happened to Jamie Farr?
You know the guy got talent. You know Scott Fletcher. He's such the man. He sent this.
You know the guy's got talent.
We can use that anytime we want now. I mean, that's just the kind of guy he is.
I love it.
How about a booby?
We can use that too if we want. That's
I love that he's now. We could replace everything on the soundboard. He has a more fish quote, doesn't he?
I think so. I'm not sure actually. Fish. Oh yeah, he does it's one of our intros.
More fish, yeah.
Right.
Back in my day,
Not that one.
We asked for more fish, and they refused to give us any more fish.
And then Fletcher says,
The morning stream. We just wanted more fish. They wouldn't give us any more fish.
That's great.
He is king.
He is the Lord of all creation. So anyway, it's all very exciting. Keep your eye on the prize over there. A couple of quick things here this morning. We're going to do something fun here in a minute where you get to you're going to quiz me on some Snopes stuff.
Yes.
Because we noticed, and I don't know when this happened, but I've long complained that Snopes seem to not want to get with the modern times in terms of like web design. They've been using the same 256 colored GIFs for their little red, green, and yellow, true, false, and I don't know.
Them in the Drudge Report, they're just like, they're like staring at each other, waiting to see who flinches first.
Yeah, exactly. Who's going to stop using tables in 2014? Who will it be? So they're they updated, and we noticed it this morning just before the show, and Brian's like, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. I said, ooh, do this on the show. So we're going to do that in a minute. Before all that, though, I'm at my brother's house yesterday. Big family to-do. It's my Korean brother. Scott, come in. We have a plenty of food, he says. And I go in there, and all the food they have, I can't eat right now because it's not on my diet.
Oh, right.
So it's all really good stuff, like crazy. Oh. She made crazy kind of homemade sushi, and she made some weird bulgogi, it's called, some kind of weird beefy, dishy things, and I couldn't eat any of it. So that sucked. But unbeknownst to me, I didn't know this, but about 4 or 5 people were going to be coming around the house that I haven't seen since I was in junior high and early high school. Like a bunch of old friends from the old neighborhood, really? Right? Yeah. So I get there, and I sit down with this guy named Mike, who I haven't seen literally in ages. I didn't recognize him at first, and I don't think he recognized me either, because, you change. It's been a while. And he remembered coming to the house and playing my dad's old arcade games in the garage and all this kind of stuff. Good times, right? Great times. Junior high, great time. Except for most of junior high sucked, but there were parts of it I liked. So he's there, and this is just the interesting thing I ran into, and he was super nice, totally cool dude, great family, just really nice to catch up, and he always seemed like a cool guy when we were kids. We didn't hang out a ton. I don't know if there was an unwritten rule for you, Brian, when you were growing up, but it seemed like if you were a year ahead of somebody, there was some law that said you couldn't hang out with the younger kids. Even though they were only a year, maybe less than a year. Like, guys, 9 months your junior, and you're like, I'm sorry.
No,
can't hang with you.
Yes, out of my jurisdiction.
Yeah. So somehow we fell into that for most of our social life, but there were times where we got to hang out. We were all in the same neighborhoods, had some shared friends and all this. And anyway, what really came out of this conversation, I just throw this out as just an anecdote of interest. There were a lot of really weird people around us, both adults and kids, and I didn't know the half of it. The stories he told me about people I knew, who I just thought, oh, yeah, I remember them. They were nice. They had a cool dog. Nice car, too. Hey, that guy was friendly. His garden was good, or whatever. No, dude.
They found 14 Girl Scouts in his basement once.
Yeah. I mean, I even said to him, I said, I'll use the name Jim, even though it's not this guy's real name. I'm like, hey, whatever happened to Jimmy? And he went, oh, he's been in prison for the last 7 months. Oh, shite. Okay, how about so-and-so? Oh, they killed a guy in Reno or whatever.
How about that one neighbor who was really quiet and always kept to himself?
But, I mean, it was this litany of, like, affairs and sordid, under-the-table dealings, business failures and embezzlements and people dying. And the suicide rate of this conversation was through the freaking roof. How many people have, since I knew them, or since I was that age, have committed suicide. Now, when you're in the thick of the 7th grade to 10th grade-ish area zone, you think you've got your problems. You're a teenager. It's hard. That girl doesn't like me. My car broke down. Why did that guy fart next to me? Whatever. It's all these things that happen at school. No one ever farted by me, but whatever. All these experiences at school, that's all that really mattered to you. But I guess going on around me were way worse things than I was dealing with. So in other words, be happy with I guess there's the lesson. Be happy with what you had and what you got. Because somebody around you is having a sordid affair, is killing a guy, is going to jail, or shot a neighbor. I don't know.
You won't find out about it for another 20 years.
Yeah, like 20 years later, a guy will tell you at a casual meeting in your brother's living room with about 300 people in there, and he'll just sit down and tell you a story. And it was insane. And he wants to check the show out, so he may actually hear this. So, Mike, if you're listening, hey, dude, nice to catch up with you. It was nice to see you. And I'm glad at least 2 of us turned out okay. Out of the freaking, whatever you want to call that, the cacophony of chaos that we lived in. The COC.
The weirdness. The weirdness you were surrounded by.
I really was. Today, 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. That's 3:30 Mountain time. 4:30 Central, and 5:30 Eastern. Do you need all of them, folks? Some people I know do.
What time will that be in Bosnia?
Let me give you all the time zones. So let's just keep it simple. We'll do the 2 extremes. 2:30 Pacific p.m.
Well, it's funny. Neither of which are the only time zone that matters.
I know. They can't get it through their thick skulls there, especially on the East Coast. Which bastards. That's 5:30 their time. And by the way, does that sound like it doesn't sound like it's happening in the same country when you say 2:30 or 5:30. For some reason, if you say it like, oh, what time you getting there? Well, it'll be 10 a.m. in California, but it'll be noon in New York. You go, oh, yeah, that makes sense. But when you say 2:30 in California and 5:30 in New York, that sounds crazy to me for some reason.
Really?
It seems like a bigger jump, like a bigger chunk of space. Because they're in the evening already. At 2:30 in California, they're still working. They got hours left.
People are just getting back from lunch. Yeah. They're working off their 3 martinis.
Right. They're just thinking about, yeah. This is the problem. There's so much debauchery happening at 2:30 in California. So anyway,
I can't wait. I'm looking forward. I'll be there. I'm gonna check it out. I want to find out about this whole Nerdtacular thing.
Yeah. So 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 5:30 Eastern. We will. Myself and Corinne. Corinne is sort of queen of the event. I don't know what's her title.
Doesn't want to be called mom anymore.
No, she doesn't want to be mom of Nerdtacular anymore. I don't know what to call her, but she's essentially my organizational hand in all this, and is really, really good at it, and has for years. And her and I are going to sit down on Google Hangout, and we're going to take your questions. You can send emails ahead of time. You can tweet us, and you can also be there and ask live. If you can't be there, then ask ahead of time or whatever. There'll be a post after the show at nerdtacular.com with all these details, so you don't have to remember all this. But that's at 2:30 this afternoon, 3:30 my time, and we will answer questions. Just talk about what's going on. Tickets are supposed to go on sale probably tomorrow for the event, so that's all going to kick off tomorrow. Cool. But we'll answer all your interstitial questions today. Whatever you need will be there. And then finally, there's a new film sack up. It's Man from Planet X. I recommend highly you listen to it. I listened to it again last night because I had a feeling it was good, like it was a good episode, and I can confirm that was maybe one of my favorite film sacks we've done.
It felt like a good episode. Yeah. It felt like a really funny episode. And I remember it like it was yesterday, but I remember I remember us talking about so many other tangents really early on. Well, we talked about the email you received.
Right off the gate, I think.
Yes, right out of the gate. Yep. So, Randy could not wait to...
yeah, he really wanted to talk about that. I have a sneaking suspicion it was his spoofed email account. It was his wiener we were looking at. Very possible. It's entirely possible that was Brian's wiener. Or not Brian's wiener, sorry, Randy's wiener.
Hey!
Hey, sorry, other Brian. See, I have the excuse now. I can say the other Brian.
Let's play a little bit of fact or BS.
All right, I'm going to play a clip for that. So fact or BS, here you go. I'm ready. You throw them at me.
I'm going to read you a fact about, I'm going to read you an item about an actor or actress. Okay. You tell me if it's true or false.
All right, go.
This is all according to Snopes.com. All right, Mel Blanc was allergic to carrots. True or false?
Oh,
fact or BS? The irony was that he did the Bugs Bunny voice.
I'm going to say fact.
That is false.
Damn it.
That's right.
So there's no truth to that at all. That'd be a fun one. That'd be a good one.
Eight carrots like what? Like a normal person.
I should have gotten that right because you're getting this off Snopes, and if it's on Snopes, that seems like a thing.
There's true and falses on.
Oh,
here.
I know, but that seems like a thing. What I'm saying is that seems like a thing somebody would say about Mel Blanc because wouldn't it be ironic if he was allergic to carrots because he does Bugs Bunny's voice? Wouldn't that be ironic? And that would be a dumb thing to spread around and that you would find out on Snopes it's fake. So I need to think better about this. All right, go ahead. Next one.
Okay. True or false? Fact or BS? The woman Jack Nicholson thought to be his sister turned out to be his mother.
True.
That is true. Well done.
Okay, I'll take that one.
All right. The scene in which Brandon Lee was fatally wounded was left in the final cut of The Crow.
Incorrect. False.
That is false.
I mean, sorry. Okay, good, because that seems terrible. And we just saw that movie, not just, but a year or two ago. And it seems to me that would be a terrible thing to do, and they would never get away with that.
Yep, exactly. I think we talked about that in there as well. All right, John Heder, star of the 2004 film Napoleon Dynamite, died in a car crash or from a drug overdose.
Incorrect. Fake.
Did the or give it away, or the fact that we've seen him in a bunch of movies?
I think that, and I just saw him the other day on some Access Hollywood clip, and I think he's fine. I think he's just fine.
All right, let's see here. Charlie Chaplin's remains were stolen and held for ransom.
Charlie Chaplin's remains. Mm-hmm. False.
That's true.
Damn it! Is it really?
Yeah.
Ooh, explain that is there a short little hoo-ha on that?
Let's see here. Actually, I probably could find it really quick. I mean, I'm guessing it's pretty much like it sounds. His remains were okay. Here we go. Let's see. On March 1978, his coffin with him in it was dug up and spirited away. His remains were recovered by Swiss police on May 17th, 1978. Two Eastern European political refugees confessed to the crime. They described how they took Chaplin's oak coffin from the village cemetery at Corsier-sur-Vevey and buried in a shallow hole in the cornfield near Villeneuve, about 10 miles away at the eastern tip of Lake Geneva. And they tried to hold it up for ransom.
Wow.
They demanded, let's see, $600,000 initially. When that didn't pan out, they dropped that figure to $250,000. And
that's crazy.
And police caught them at the payphone where they were making their demands.
Man, that's insane that's real.
All right, we'll do two more.
Give me two more. All right, two more.
All right, a drawing of Humphrey Bogart was the model for the Gerber baby.
I've heard this, but I can't remember. I'm going to say false.
That is false.
Oh, good. I was correct. I remember there was some lady that was really the person and not him, but that there was a popular rumor.
Right, exactly, yep. All right, last one.
Okay, last one.
The father of actor Tom Hanks was the lead singer of the musical group The Diamonds.
True?
That is false.
Dang it. Is that really true? Or no, wait, it's not true.
It's still false.
It's false.
Okay.
I got it. I for a minute I got it kind of screwed up in my head.
Yeah, I think people probably started that when that movie, That Thing You Do.
Oh, right. Was
popular.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh yeah, his dad was his lead singer of the Diamonds. They're the band that did The Stroll and Little Darlin'.
The stupid things people come up with. I'm telling you, it's the worst. Yeah. So I'm just going to make it. This has been fun. Yeah. There's our ending to it. I just want to say that I believe that Snopes should go the way of like a really nice, well-searchable wiki. They need to get away from this weird-ass 1998 thing, and let's get to the modern era because there's such good stuff in there. And I think it's
Trebuchet, all this site, Trebuchet is starting to become the new Comic Sans.
Yes. Quit using it ever. Yeah. All right, I got a quick comment to make. I screwed up the time on the thing tonight. Sorry, It's 5:30 Mountain Time. I completely screwed that up. 3:30. I'm sorry. 4:30 Pacific.
In the middle of the Pacific.
If you're living out in the ocean.
In the ocean. Yeah.
So 4:30 Pacific time, 5:30 Mountain Time. 6:30 Central, of course, and then that would make it 7:30 Eastern. So I screwed that up. That's when we're doing this. I had it in my head we were doing it earlier. I'm wrong. It's at 5:30 tonight, our time, this time right now, or the time here in the Mountain Time Zone, 5:30 Mountain Time. All right. Sorry, Corinne can hear me. She knows I'm fixing this, and I'll tweak it on Twitter.
You're doing such a good job of it, too.
I'm really jacking this up.
Now I don't freaking know what time it's going to be.
If one of your questions at the Q&A is why is Scott so jacked up on his time, then I'm hanging up on you.
Well, it's funny that then Corinne replied and said, no, 3:30 works for me, though. So.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
You know what? Hold on to your butts. I'll let you know. I'll let you know if just keep an eye on Twitter, at Scott Johnson. I'll let you know. It'll all work out.
You know what? We'll clear it up, and by the end of the first music break, we'll have a definitive time. How's that?
That's perfect.
That gives you a chance to chat with her while you're doing your sketch of the day.
Yeah. If I sound like I'm far away.
You stepped away from the mic to breathe.
Or to add Daryl, one or the other.
Oh, that.
Yeah. So here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Stump a Trek Nerd, and it's brought to you by
Team Duct Tape Podcast is an up-and-coming gaming podcast. Join the hosts, Josh and Brian, where we cover everything from tabletop to console games. Find us on iTunes or by going to tdtpodcast.com.
Team Duct Tape.
Team Duct Tape.
Not when I was a kid. I thought it was duct tape.
Quack. Yeah. Well, and then they kind of succumbed to that, and they actually came out with duct tape.
Yeah, I remember that. Daryl, do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Ooh, you have the memory. Hey, where are you? You're in a weird place. You sound different.
Oh, I'm just using the cheap Apple earbud microphone thing.
You know what? It sounds really good.
Sounds better. Sounds way better.
Does?
Yeah, well, yeah.
It does,
hella better. I wouldn't call those cheap. They're $30 to replace.
Well, that's true.
I don't know if I call them that. You sound great, so do that again next time. Sounds fantastic.
Okay.
So, Daryl, and you'll look less weird, by the way, than hunching over a phone. You know what I mean? Like, you can just kind of look around like, hey, how's it going, everybody in the office? I'm just having a phone call here.
I'm just talking to myself.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm just sitting here listening to an audiobook about technology and science.
Daryl, do you remember saying this? Hold on. Where'd it go? That thing we played this morning. Where is it? Oh, yeah, this one. Hold on. Okay, right here.
Well, these are hard.
Yeah, mine are hard. Mine's really hard.
Mine's hard, too.
What were we talking about that day?
Must have been a food thing.
It was those Honduran little white bricks, little white candy.
Oh, those the
bricks.
ones?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I don't have fond memories of the Honduran phase.
Well, it's because of the Band-Aid flavor, the Band-Aid candy that gives you the poops.
Yeah, I don't like that thing at all. Gonna try to forget it ever happened. Daryl, it's good to have you back. He's the Trek nerd. We do Trek trivia questions here on the show. We do it every day, and I'm gonna present to you today a Enterprise. No, this is not for Enterprise. What is this? I'll just read it. How about that?
Enterprise question.
No.
Never get an Enterprise question.
I think the Enterprise is in it. So here it is. It's time for another theme week. Oh, we're doing a theme week. This week we do Badger's Star Trek fan fiction from Breaking Bad. We'll see if Daryl is the one who knocks us. Let's see. We'll see if Daryl is the one who knocks with this week's questions.
Nice.
All right. In Badger's story, the Enterprise crew is having a pie eating contest.
I don't know.
He sats where they are eating a kind of berry pie. He sats?
Says.
Okay, says. He wrote sats.
Yeah, of course.
Skinny Pete corrects Badger, saying the berries Badger is using are from Voyager and not the original series. What kind of berries did Badger originally say the pies were made of? Was it A, Taka berries, B, iso berries, or Ico berries? I don't know. Probably.
I think Ico berries.
Ico berries.
Yeah.
T, Tula berries, or C, clavisoa berries.
Clavisoa berries, yeah.
All right, so those are your terrible answers to choose from. I hope you can enjoy those, Daryl. But while we think about that and work toward it, by the way, you guys got food I didn't. What'd you guys get that I didn't get?
Well, Daryl didn't get it either. Daryl and I both got an envelope that previously contained gum, and in both cases, there was a hole in the corner of the envelope where the gum escaped.
It's gone? Out?
It is now, yes.
So you didn't get any
self-escaping gum.
No remnant. It's like in some sorting facility somewhere.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, it's like there was it wore the side wore a hole in it. It's not like it got cut with scissors or anything.
Right.
I haven't gotten anything.
And it just fell out.
Yes, but big thanks to Heather Irwin for the letter, and I'm sure we could actually probably find this somewhere if we did want to taste it. But if you get yours, Scott,
let
us know, and somehow Daryl and I'll
right.
We'll get some from a Cost Plus or something.
That's totally fine. Thorin says dingleberries should be one of the option on here. I agree with him. All right. So while you think about that, Daryl, why don't you regale us with a birthday notice of some sort? Who is someone famous today? Or is it just like third guy from the left? He never talked and died when he was 20.
Yeah, it was that last one. It was Katja. I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'll try.
Okay.
Katja Reicherman. Reicherman?
Katja Reicherman.
Yeah, Katja Reicherman.
Maybe Katya. Is it Katya?
Oh, that could be, yeah.
Katya.
Yeah, it's probably like because there are dudes and ladies who come from certain Eastern Bloc countries that have that name. So
I think it was a lady.
Oh.
She's, I think, 48 today.
Yeah, it's probably Katya.
And that was a professional saxophone player and wedding band member in Star Trek Nemesis.
Nice. I used to work with a girl from that country, with that name, with Katya was her name, and it sounds all exotic and stuff, but she was from Slovenia, and she had weird breath. And what I mean by that is she had the weirdest breath of anyone I've ever known. Like I can't compare it to anything else. Maybe like how puppies, puppy breath, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like that. And you just get it just talking to you. Just, hey, how's it going, everybody? And you're just going, oh, what? And it wasn't bad.
Just not
just like a puppy.
Bad, but weird.
Yeah, weird. And I never have experienced it before that or since that.
She probably, there was probably some weird thing in her diet that just left an unusual aftertaste.
Yeah, she's eating puppies.
After smell.
Eating puppies, yeah.
Eating puppies.
Yeah, eating puppies.
That will give you puppy breath every time.
That's what I've heard. All right, Daryl, don't eat the anus. You throw that part away. That's what I've heard. When you're eating a puppy, throw away the anus. Daryl, Speaking of puppy anuses, let's get back to your
Wow.
let's get back to your question at hand here, which is the one about these berries here. And I know you love it because I can hear it in your voice. It's the taka berries, the ico berries, or iso berries, whichever you say it, the tola berries, or the clavicioa berries.
Well, this isn't even a Trek question. This is a
Sure.
for
which berries come from Voyager?
From Voyager, yeah. I guess it's a Voyager question, which we usually avoid.
Oh.
We call it the avoidager questions.
Voyager.
Yeah.
I'll look at it that way then, as if it will help. Oh, and winter on the North Pole, it is dark during winter and daylight all the time during summer, and the sun sets slightly and rises slightly in the spring and fall.
Why do people in the chat room think that because I noticed this girl had puppy breath that I hate women? Can someone explain that to me?
That's such a big jump.
That's a huge jump. That's like saying,
them.
I don't like McDonald's fries. You hate America.
Well, you wouldn't get close enough to smell their breath if you hated them.
Yeah, I love women. Women are the best. I'm attracted to them.
Keep in mind, it was Ironic Name who said Scott Johnson's woman hatred continues.
Oh, this must, that's a good point, because he's probably about to send me an animated GIF of like a horse's penis, so it's all fine. All right, so, sorry. What'd you say, which one? What'd you pick?
Oh, I didn't pick anything, but I'm going to pick A because...
Could we give him a little bit of a hint from... Because they actually got it wrong on Breaking Bad, that it's not really even from Voyager. They're actually from Deep Space Nine.
Oh, these are from DS9?
Yes.
That's a fine hint.
But Badger got it wrong, too. So Skinny Pete corrected him and said, oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, right.
So is it his wrong guess that I'm supposed to guess as the right answer?
You're supposed to guess the one Badger said. So
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
The ones that Badger said they are using from Voyager.
But they get corrected as they're not from Voyager, but they're from Deep Space Nine in actuality.
Okay, 3:30 is the time. By the way, we can confirm this now. We are now doing 3:30 p.m. So back to the original thing. Forget I corrected it. Back to the original thing. It is now still 2:30 Pacific, 5:30 Eastern, 3:30 my time. There you go.
Very good.
All right. Confirmed. Done. That's the Q&A. Okay. All right.
Which of those berries comes from Deep Space Nine?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yes.
What are my choices again?
Taka berries, iso berries, or ico berries, tula berries, or clavicioa berries. Clavicioa berries. I want to put an extra S or something in there.
Clavisoa. Yeah, clavisoa.
Clavisoa. That sounds better.
Wow. Huh. Well, I'll pick A because it sounds familiar. But C also sounds familiar because that is what you call walking around in the woods.
Clavisoa?
No. That's D.
Oh.
Yeah, Tula. You go tooling around in the woods.
Oh.
Oh, I get it. I thought you meant, like, if I said Tula berry, that was like some ancient way of saying Scott's been in the woods.
Never mind.
All right.
I'm just gonna pick A.
A? All right, you're picking A.
I don't know why.
Daryl picks A. Is it the one? Is it the right one? Nope. Your second guess was close, or you would have had it. It's tula berries. Badger originally says they are eating tula berries, tula berry pies. Badger says the berries are from the Gamma Quadrant. Skinny Pete makes a mistake. He says these berries are from Voyager when they are actually from Deep Space Nine. Badger then changes them to blueberry pies. Here's a clip of that happening.
Nothing's going on. Neutral zone is quiet. The crew is bored. So they put on a pie eating contest. The whole crew's in the galley. They're eating Tullaberry pies. Tullaberries. From Gamma Quadrant, yo.
That's Voyager, dude.
Okay, blueberries then. They're eating blueberry pies as fast as the replicator can churn them out.
That is so classic, dude.
It is great. Actually, yeah, tullaberries. I thought it was tullaberries, but that's what the Cardassians like, isn't it?
Oh, do they? I don't know.
Tullaberry wine or...
You're more fresh on the recent watching, so you'd know probably better.
Oh, God, stupidest episode I just saw, by the way, of
What
Deep
was
Space
it?
Nine.
What was
It's
it?
the one where Major Kira, I'm sorry, not Major Kira, but Dax has her whatever event where she has to have all of her previous host bodies take over members of the crew so that she can have a little party with them.
Yeah, that is a really dumb one.
So you've got, Major Kira being this like weird old lady, and then you've got Bashir being this buff, being what's his face, and then Odo actually starts to turn into Curzon. Oh, jeez.
That's I remember not thinking that was very good at the time. Is Worf in there yet? Is he in?
No Worf yet. And we still have, and Cisco still has hair, and it's still not very good.
Klingons do not allow themselves to be probed.
When he gets in there, things improve.
I can't wait. I just can't wait.
Yeah, he's great in there. It was a huge get for them. All right. Well, there you go, Daryl. Congratulations. It's like last week. You've got Monday wrong, and that's okay, because Tuesday presents all sorts of great possibilities. Daryl's the Trek nerd, and he's at This Week in Trek at thisweekintrek.com. You can listen to that show, and I think you'll like it. Right now, he's going to play a little contest with us called What?
Okay. I'm not really ready, so I'll just pick from my barrel of junk.
Somebody in the tadpole, by the way, Daryl, came up with your actual multiple choice question today is, what time will the Nerdtacular open call be? Will it be 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, or 5:30?
It's hard to say. Hard to say.
It'll be when Scott shows up, and who knows when that'll be.
Who knows when that'll be. All right, so did you give us, what's the title?
Is this a Star Trek power source or actual poison?
Here's your theme. All right, Star Trek power source or what?
Or an actual poison.
An actual poison. Okay.
Kieranide.
All right, Brian, heads together here. Kieranide.
I don't think it's a poison. I would say, because I think it sounds like a poison.
Yeah, it's a trick.
Yeah.
I agree. We're going to say it's a power source.
But it could be a trick in the opposite direction. You could be double-crossed, but you're not, because it's a Trek power source.
Yay!
This is outrageous!
No, that means it's good. Congratulations.
Outrageously good.
Man, congratulations, Brian and I. We got it right. And that means the news.
Television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
That news is brought to you by...
This can go for a sponsor for Trek Nerd if possible, but not. It'll be for the news. Comic Timing Podcast. Join Ian, a.k.a. I Am Sci-Fi in the Tadpole, as he talks comics at least once a month, sometimes more. The latest episode, Ian interviews Len Peralta. Check it out at comictiming.net or iTunes.
Len Peralta. The guy sounds Italian, but he's not.
Internet sweetheart.
I've always thought of him as... He has such an Italian name, I think. Yo, Lenny Peralta. He's just sounds like an Italian guy, but he's not. Couldn't be more far from the Italians.
No. You want me to have Lenny and Nora come over and...
Yo, you want me? I should rub him out? Yeah, totally. All right, let's get to it here.
Starting to Kickstarter to rub him out. Make you sleep with the fishes.
Dead rat in cake ruins man's 96th birthday, family says.
Aww.
I know. This is pretty sad. Not going to have many more of these. Got to enjoy them while you can.
Right.
Family members of Joseph Valenti, age 96, says they found a dead rat in the man's birthday cake. Neil Gold, who was dating Valente's niece, told ABC7 the family bought Valente his favorite cake for a celebration, a German apple ring cake.
Yeah, it's like a bundt cake.
Oh, but it's like a ring. Oh, I made him one of those, like with the volcano in the middle and then the valleys.
No, it's just a bundt cakes, like they're rings. They're torus shaped.
Right, but the thing you cook them in looks like a big inverted nipple, right?
I guess it could, sure.
I don't know. Let's see. They got it from the King Cullen grocery store in Comac, New York. Valenti noticed the cake didn't taste right. Oh, geez. After eating it, he suffered from stomach pains and diarrhea.
Oh.
Diarrhea. Hold on, where's the diarrhea? Don't I have that?
Diarrhea.
He has real bad case of...
Diarrhea.
Enough! All right, sorry, War.
Right.
He said, according to the New York Post, that's not good for a 96-year-old, by the way. Do not give people illnesses when that old when they can avoid it, because, man, it's rougher on them.
Yes, exactly.
My mom just was coming off a bout of a bad stomach virus, and that can just tear you up when you're in your 70s. According to the New York Post, let's see, Gold investigated and said he saw what appeared to be a rat's tail protruding from the confection. I flipped it over and saw the whole tail bleeding into the cake.
Oh, jeez.
Did you have to say bleeding into it?
I
know what he meant. He should have said leading into it. Bleeding into it? Anyway, the tail was 5 inches long. Good Lord. Wait a minute. 5 inches. Yeah, that's about right. The tail was 5 inches long, Gold said. He said he could also see what appeared to be the head of a rat, according to the News 12 Long Island. So I hope those guys get shut down. That's gross.
Yeah, that's horrible.
I mean, how do you bake a rat into a cake and not know it?
It's like, they do that in New Orleans all the time with the little plastic baby.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about that today when Kim comes on. We're talking king cake and
really?
Mardi Gras.
Because we're getting close. That's right. Mardi Gras is just a little over a week away, right?
Next Tuesday.
Wow.
Fat Tuesday. In fact, I bet that day I get to food test some king cake right here on the show.
I'm going to be in Florida. I'm going to be
that's
hanging out
right.
with Andrew Allen.
That's right. You're not going to be here.
Well, I'll be here Tuesday.
Oh.
Yeah,
You'll be in California.
From Tuesday.
I mean, you'll be in California. You'll be You'll be in You'll be in Florida.
Florida man.
Florida man. You'll be Florida man.
I'll be Florida man for a day. So I hope I'm going out to some New Orleans style food place with Andrew and Brooke.
Makes sense to me that you would.
Yes.
I think you should.
I'll have to take them out. They're putting me up in their house, so I'll have to take them out for dinner.
That's lovely.
We out to a Papa Do's or something.
Are you taking your Darth Vader mask? Is that going with you?
Should I?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you take it with you?
I'll take my Mexican wrestling mask.
No, I mean your
Florida
breathing.
man goes to a New Orleans restaurant with a.
No, I mean your breather thing. Your pap smear.
CPAP.
What's it called? CPAP.
Oh, yeah. I have to travel with that thing.
Pap smear. CPAP. Gotta get that straight.
What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. Comcast and Netflix have reached a deal. Everybody. Yay! Comcast. Yay! You don't know what we're talking about? Well, let me tell you.
What?
All right, I'll explain. Comcast, the country's largest cable and broadband provider, one of my ISPs here, and we love them in Utah. I know everyone hates them everywhere else. They're amazing here. I don't know why. They always have been. Everyone loves Comcast in Utah. Just great service, no problems. If you live in one of the big coastal cities, I know there's issues there, but we're not really having those. Anyway, and Netflix, the giant television and movie streaming service. Finish the sentence, Scott.
Read ahead. It's okay.
Announced Netflix, the giant television, announced on an agreement on Sunday in which Netflix will pay Comcast for faster and more reliable access to Comcast subscribers. The deal is a milestone in the history of the internet, where content providers like Netflix generally have not had to pay for access to the customers of a broadband provider. But the growing power of broadband companies like Comcast, Verizon, AT&T, and others has given these companies increased leverage over sites whose traffic gobbles up giant chunks of the network's capacity. Netflix is one of those sites, accounting for 30% of all internet traffic. 30%, Brian!
Wow.
Think about that. I'm part of the problem. I fell asleep to Mythbusters last night, and it was just running. The agreement comes just 10 days after Comcast agreed to buy Time Warner Cable for $45 billion, an acquisition that would make Comcast the cable provider to nearly one-third of American homes and the high-speed internet company who's close to 40%. Federal regulators are expected to scrutinize whether the deal would thwart competition among cable and internet providers. If there's any question about that, you're smoking crack. Of course it will thwart the competition. Right. Let's not be stupid here. I want to really get Tom's take on this, so Wednesday we're going to pick his brain.
Yeah, definitely. We talked a little bit about it last week.
Yeah, we've discussed kind of the potential ramifications, but now that we have a deal in place, like what does that deal mean? Because they're putting a spin on it, obviously. I'd like to know if we're getting screwed here or not.
Right.
You know? It's entirely possible. Let's hope we're not.
Was I roboting?
You were. I fixed you, though. You sound good now.
You know, it's
yeah, cut you off for a second. Hopefully nobody at home noticed. I don't know if they did or not. Look at this, everybody. Looky here.
They did now.
Yeah, they do now. Yeah, they're all aware of it now. HelloFresh.com sponsoring the show. I'd like you to go home and make cooking fun again if you have an internet connection, and I'm sure you do because you're listening to the show. Why don't you just look them up? HelloFresh.com, check and see if they deliver to you, and then go check out their fantastic recipes from real chefs. Order that stuff, have it brought straight to your house, make it in 30 minutes or less. You're going to be thrilled. Check out what's up this week. Spiced turkey chili. I can't eat that, but I'd love to. Actually, I could eat that.
Yeah, it's turkey.
Turkey I can do.
Yeah.
Ginger beef stir fry. Can't do that, but we had that before the great Scott's bum disease earlier this year.
Diverticulitis.
Yep, that one.
Divergate.
Divergate, thank you.
We've had that. That's excellent.
It's really, really good. This pasta puttanesca looks pretty good. Putin.
I believe it's pasta putanesca.
I think you're right. How do we know?
Putin.
Oh wait, that's Putin. Putin.
Vladimir Putin.
Where's the Putin? Pew.
Have you lost the?
I can't have lost it. I think I spelled it different.
Pillow puncher.
Nope, that's not it.
Vladimir Putin.
There it is, Putin.
Vladimir Putin.
Putin.
Where did pillow puncher come
I don't know, some commercial.
Pillow puncher.
I don't know what that is.
Sounds like a slang term for somebody, you know, like oh, that guy's a real pillow puncher.
Bunch of pillow punchers.
Pillow puncher.
What would that mean? Pillow
I have
puncher.
no idea.
All right, well, who knows? Sometimes I find weird things.
Paddle yourself up to the pulpit.
Weird things.
These are all the P. These are all your P soundboard clips.
Yeah, they are. Search for P. That's what you get. HelloFresh.com is the place. Go check them out, guys. I know you'd be happy you did, and they're fantastic. And you'll save you money, 50% off your first order by using the code MorningStream50. Do it today, won't you?
Chairman J. Parnell Thomas of New Jersey opens an inquiry into possible communist penetration of the Hollywood film industry.
It's Celebrity Poop, brought to you by
Geek Positive, it's the New Yorker for geeks. We're killing off the iOS newsstand app and moving to the web at geekpositive.com. Help us get the show off the road by supporting us with a cent, nickel, dime, quarter, or more per article via patreon.com/geek.
All right, sounds good. Man, I just got 8 texts from Amazon. What's going on?
Do you get notified when they deliver something?
Yeah, but it's the same item 7 times. They screwed up. Good thing you're not paying for text anymore. Jeez. It's all the same one. Your package with Edsel Steel Ultra Bottleless Something Shampoo has shipped. Expect it whenever. And then 7 more times of the same message. So 8 total. Jeez. What's going on, Amazon? We can, what's his name laughing all the way to the bank? Like literally that dumb laugh of his.
Oh, Bezos?
Yeah. It's not very good. What does he do? I didn't ever get his laugh. I don't know what he does.
Yeah, I don't know what his laugh sounds
I
like.
have these laughs. That's my little Mateo being cute as ever. That's a pretty good one.
Very similar right there.
I like this one. This is a guy.
Is that Fletcher?
No, it's a guy from this Tenchu video game.
Oh.
That's pretty bad. There's you. That's Jury. The 2 Skeletors laughing.
That's right.
My daughter. All right. There you go. All the laughs you can handle.
There's your laugh track, folks.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. NBC bringing back Heroes. I don't care. I don't care.
Because someone demanded it.
No, who did? You know? I really didn't like... Listen, I know people think... You all look back and go, oh, season 1, what a classic. I disagree. I don't think it was ever that good. It was okay. But it wasn't great. I think it was just
really good in comparison to season 2. You know, I think it was that's what it was. It was like, oh, you know, season 1 was so good when you compare it against season 2.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. By comparison, sure. But as far as like it being this seminal moment in television history and this amazing, it wasn't that good, you guys. You gotta remember, right? It wasn't very good. Now I know it's a matter of opinion. Plenty of people are going to disagree with me, but there are a few announcements I could care less about than this one. I don't care at all.
Right. And I think we're going to talk more about this with Schleicher.
Oh yeah, he'll be on today.
Yes.
Yeah, we should do that.
And this is in his list.
I haven't looked at his list yet. I should look at his list. The Coming Back Once Dead television series revived the so-called series event by what am I trying to say? By networks discovering a form that has been distinguished cable drama for much of the past decade. Latest example of the one-time hit series is Heroes, which NBC will announce it will resurrect as Heroes Reborn, a 13-episode series in 2015. Yeah, they are getting all cable on us.
Yeah.
The network used its platform of the Winter Olympics to tease out the announcement on Saturday, running a brief promotion. The news release that followed on Saturday night confirmed a few details. Tim Kring, who created the original Heroes in the 2006 television season, will be back as executive producer. How did his show do where he took Jack Bauer and did that show about a kid who could tell the future or something?
Yes.
The following or the manling or the listening? It was an ing. It was some kind of ing.
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember what it was called, but I do remember it was a
Fox show
last year.
Yeah.
Fox show, and I don't think it did well enough to come back.
I think it's gone now. But they're bringing Jack Bauer back for another similar resurrection mooch thing.
There's going to be a 24, and that's already in the works. Already
getting ready to
air.
Yeah.
Touch. That's right. That's what it was called.
Touched. Oh, I didn't have an ing in it. I was thinking of Kring, maybe. I don't know. But that was his deal.
That's right.
Yeah, I just don't care. I just don't think it was good. I don't think it was very good. And plus, how you gonna? If you're not gonna have Spock come back, or maybe you are. Maybe those guys are in it.
Siler.
I didn't like any of those guys. I didn't like any of those characters. They were all very unlikable. That was I think my problem. No, I didn't like anybody. I like some of the ideas about some of the powers and how they discover themselves and everything. The Chinese dude or Japanese dude, Samurai Man, I didn't like him at all. Yep. He bugged me. It was they're playing for too much laughs.
Comedic effect, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Siler was just too giant eyebrows and too smarmy. I didn't like the main girl, whatever her name is, that had the
Hayden Panettiere, that one, or
her too. I don't like her. I don't like anyone in there.
Wow.
They're all annoying. Grumberg, I guess I kind of like. I guess I kind of like him.
Yeah.
But they all just, I don't know. I can't explain it. That show never did it for me. So I wanted it to.
People spoke very highly of, and I want to say it was on Sci-Fi or something like that, but the 4400 or.
Oh yeah, that's a good show. I've seen a bunch of that. That's good.
Yeah.
4400's good.
And go back, people, and watch the first couple seasons of Misfits. That was a lot of fun too.
Hey, era where everyone wants to bring shows back from the dead. How about a little Firefly love, you a-holes?
Yeah, right.
Jeez,
exactly.
Give me 13 episodes of that. Call that Firefly Reborn. Bring Wash back. Spoiler alert. Whatever you got to do.
Right.
Anyway, whatever. I don't care. Pompeii. That came out this weekend.
Okay.
It's a
really?
Movie. It's a movie, yeah.
It's a movie?
Yeah.
Huh.
No, I don't
Didn't hear about it.
I don't mean the ancient civilization came out as gay. That's not what I meant. Pompeii the film.
Okay.
3 Days to Kill also came out. This is your Kevin Costner business.
Ah, okay.
And I want to see it.
That either.
Totally into that. Whatever that is, I'll see it. But it was no match. Neither film was a match for the Lego Movie, which is still just steamrolling everybody. And just killing it on critics' lists. It's just I'm amazed this Lego Movie's doing so well.
Wow. Oh, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I want to see it too.
It's going to happen after the Oscars for me because we still have Philomena and Nebraska.
The two. I think the two most indie of the nominees. Wouldn't you say?
I would agree. And I'm really excited to see Nebraska because I hear good things about it. Saturday was our double feature. We saw The Wolf of Wall Street and Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh wow! So
featuring Matthew McConaughey. And if we were to watch a third Matthew McConaughey movie that day, he would actually appear in your bathroom with a hook hand and
a mouthful of bees. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So
McConaughey.
Oh, don't ever do it. You have to say all right. Yeah, 3 times.
Perfect.
I didn't mean to conjure you. It'd be better if you did. How was that Dallas Buyers Club?
Dallas Buyers Club was really, really good. And talk about a role, such a different role for Matthew McConaughey. He's just great. He was more like himself in Wolf of Wall Street, which is just F-bomby and boob-filled to maximum, to bursting.
Just can't
see that with the parents of the kids.
Little old Scorsese, little old man with his big giant glasses filming that stuff just weirds me out every time I think about it.
Hey, could you maybe do that scene over again and maybe use the F word like 11 more times?
You think you can squeeze that in there? Okay.
You take your top off and walk around in the background. There you go. Perfect, baby.
And
keep
cut.
it up.
We got to film.
You're beautiful.
That's a wrap, everybody.
Gonna make you a star.
I'm the anti-Spielberg. Good luck to them. So you're crazy. You've got 2 left. I've seen Gravity, and that's it. Which was great, by the way. I really liked it. Finally saw Gravity.
I think Gravity's not a shoo-in, but I think it's
up there.
It's likely, yes. Speaking of which, folks,
its artistic overtones are insane. I didn't expect that. I thought I was just going to get straight up disaster in space movie. It was a lot more thoughtful than that. A lot more quiet. I liked that a lot. Anyway, you were going to say.
I was going to say, don't forget, folks, it's 1 week until we crown a winner in the TMS Oscar pool.
Oh, right. Where's our link?
So make sure you go to...
I deleted it. It's in a previous tab, but...
Yeah, it's not TMS Oscars, interestingly enough.
Wasn't it?
No. Maybe TMS Oscar pool, tinyurl.com.
Might have been tinycc, wasn't it?
Oh, maybe it was tinycc.tms Oscars.
TMS Oscars.
Hey, Iceworm, you listening?
Someone find. Oh no, that's it. It's tiny.cc/TMS Oscars. That's it. So if you haven't if you haven't picked who you think's going to win in the categories that we have there for you, then go do it now.
There you go.
Because there's stuff to win when we announce that next week.
Prizes.
What else? Oh, shite. There's one more thing. Oh no, the Lego thing. That was it. We're going to take a break after I tell you about tweakedaudio.com. Tweakedaudio.com, making earbuds for the world so they can hear things better and do it in style. Check out their 5 great colors, 7 great colors, 5 great styles, including the Tweaked Classic and Tweaked Mic'd Classic, which are the 2 I use. Designed to sound great with music and talk. And by the way, the Tweaked Classic are the ones that bumped into that guy's wiener that one time at the bathroom I told you about. Designed to sound great no matter what. Engineered for durability, noise reduction, and has a lifetime warranty. Hard to beat that. Stream at checkout gets you 33% off with our friends at tweakedaudio.com. Brian, let's take a break. What have you for us?
I have a song for us.
Good.
There's a song for us. This is... Now I have to... There we go. That's right, because this one came in via email, and I didn't have it in the spreadsheet yet.
Right.
Hey, Brian and Scott. Last Friday, my wife was driving down an icy road when the minivan in front of her spun out of control and flipped. She pulled over, got the 2 children out of the back seat, and drove them and their mother home.
Jeez.
That's right, I married Batwoman. Can you please play a cover worthy of her heroism? Perhaps a cover of There Goes My Hero by the Foo Fighters or Heroes by David Bowie. Anyway, you get the idea. To the woman who truly has heroin flowing through her veins, Ken.
Wow. All right.
Great. So, how about a hero song? I'm not going with either of those 2, although they're both fantastic songs. I think we need something that kind of embodies someone discovering that they have heroism in them and not realizing it until that moment.
All right. I like where you're taking this.
And there can be only one song that captures that moment of discovery of the hero within all of us.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm talking about the theme to The Greatest American Hero, here covered by Gas Hammer as part of the 2009 compilation album Channel Surfing, The Telemaniacs. It is a bunch of different people, of course, covering 70s TV themes. What else do you want? What else are you looking for? This is Gas Hammer and The Greatest American Hero.
All right. We'll be back in a minute with Steven Schleicher, Geek Food, and more. Stay tuned.
Look at what's happened to me. I can't believe it myself. Suddenly I'm up on top of the world. Could have been somebody else. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Wide awake on the wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. Just like the light of a new day, it hit me from out of the blue, breaking me out of the spell I was in, making all of my wishes come true. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Wide awake on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. This is too good to be true.
new Band-Aid plastic strip with new Super Stick. It sticks better than any other bandage. The proof? Take a dry egg at room temperature. Touch the egg with any other bandage. Brand X, brand Y, brand Z. Not one sticks. But a Band-Aid plastic strip with new Super Stick sticks tight instantly. Watch it again in slow motion. No pressure, yet we can lift the egg, even boil it. And the Band-Aid plastic strip never comes loose.
F off.
You can't spell the morning stream without remonstrating. This is the morning stream.
Hello, everybody. We're back. And we're back.
Believe it or not, George isn't home.
Wait, what's that from?
From Seinfeld.
Oh.
George's answering machine.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people in the tadpole were writing the lyrics in the chat room.
I can't believe I forgot that. That's great.
Yeah.
Totally great. All right.
Where could I be? Believe it or not, I'm not home.
That is so good, dude. All right, we are going to add Schleicher in.
Yay!
Hold on a second. He's right here. Bringing him in. One Schleicher at a time. One Schleicher at a time.
Hello.
Steven Schleicher, how you doing, man?
I am good. How are you today?
Good. I got you a little music here. It's I don't know which one to use. Let's try this one right here. That's Steven Schleicher, everybody.
Wow.
That was intense.
Quite a fanfare.
Major spoiler zone. Yeah, and he's on video for those of you at home. If you'd like to have a look-see there, take a look at him. Not going anywhere.
Yeah, or don't look at me.
Yeah, or don't, one or the other. And it's always fun to have you on. We do this on Mondays, and he talks about pop culture, movies, comic books, and the like. All the good things you can find at Major Spoilers, and I always look forward to it. So, Steven, let's talk about this Heroes deal.
Okay.
What do you know about it that we don't already know? What is interesting about it, and why should I care as a guy who thought Heroes was mediocre at best?
Like, do we know if anyone's coming back for this?
Well, see, that's the thing. We don't know anything except that Tim Kring is attached to come back as a producer. That's it. We don't know what the storyline is. We don't know about any of the actors returning. You know, you had mentioned earlier, Scott, about let's get a Firefly show back. You know, all these things are great ideas. Let's bring back the original cast of Heroes. Let's get Deadwood back on TV. Let's, do all this stuff. But what people fail to remember is that a lot of these actors have already moved on to other projects that have them committed to where it would be impossible for them all to come back to any kind of a TV series.
Yeah,
right.
And for Heroes, that may not be as big a deal because I guess you got maybe two of them that have moved on to other things.
I was going to say, yeah, Seiler has moved on to the Star Trek stuff, of course, and
John Hamm.
Horn-Rimmed Glasses Man was on CSI last week, but he's probably freed up.
Hold on, John. Was John Hamm on?
No. I'm thinking of the president guy. He looked a lot like John Hamm.
Yeah, you're right. He did. Yeah, that's a good point. But but most of the rest of them, who cares? Like, what's her name? Hayden.
Ali Larder.
Hayden.
Yeah, she's
Hayden's out saving dolphins and getting arrested in Japan.
Yeah, she's in that show.
Nashville thing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
or whatever that's called.
So here's what makes this a cool idea, though, is that NBC isn't bringing this back as an ongoing series. They're committing to a mini series. They're committing to a mini reboot. And what some great possibilities are is that they can go in and tell different stories of different characters. And if things don't work out, that's okay. It's done in 13 episodes, and they don't have to do anything about this again. This could be a whole new reboot. I doubt it's going to be a reboot of that franchise. But I think what we're going to see is new characters come in and tell different stories set in this universe, very much like what you see. Here's the X-Men with their short story with these 5 or 6 characters, and then a year later you've got another story with another 5 or 6 characters. So in a time when we have superhero movies doing tremendously in the box office, when we have TV series like S.H.I.E.L.D. that are on the air, and when we have shows going directly to Netflix from Marvel and DC properties, NBC doesn't own any of that stuff. They don't have access to any of that stuff. They can't go out and take a Universal property and try to bring it into a TV series. So the only thing that they have that's superhero related, that's not the Cape, thank God, is Heroes Reborn. And I think this is their way of saying, hey, you guys want 13 episodes of wham bam superhero action? Here you go.
I like 13 episodes of Wang before you corrected yourself.
There you go.
So hold on though.
We'll get that too.
They can't, because it's NBC. They're not going to do. They can't do any weird crossover with the Shield people stuff, right?
No, they can't. Not at all. I mean, NBC's not even close. That's not a. Yeah, NBC isn't a Marvel property.
Oh, plus NBC doesn't run that show. I was keep thinking
they don't have anything. I mean, Fox owns the X-Men franchise, and what is it? Sony Columbia owns the Spider-Man franchise. Marvel owns everything else.
Fantastic Four too is Sony, isn't it?
No,
Fox. That's Fox.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
Fox has Fantastic Four, X-Men. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then Sony has to keep making Spider-Man movies, or they lose that.
Right. Exactly. So for NBC to get a piece of this pie, this is the way they have to go.
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, so personal opinion here, Schleicher, you're a guy who likes some things and doesn't like other things. How'd you feel about Heroes in the first place? Did you think it was any good?
Into a corner with that.
Yeah.
I like the first season when the tag was "Save the Cheerleader, Save the World." I like that first season. I thought it was really well done, and it was that ability to capture audiences with that tag and get people talking about what was going on. After the whole, what's his name flying off with his brother, I think that was the end of the first season. That was it. I mean, that series was over. And when they brought it back the second season and forward, it was not as good.
Well, and not only that, but they bring back the biggest problem I always had with that second season wasn't so much that it wasn't well done. It was that they went ahead, and I know the strike was going on, and a lot of people attribute this to that, but you just took the same characters, reset them, and told their story again.
Right. Exactly. Wiped out their memories or something, right? That made them have to start over, basically.
That was so bad.
Yep, it was.
The evil versions of like half of them.
Oh, I was so frustrated with that whole thing.
On the plus side, Brian, maybe we'll get the Puppet Master back.
Oh no!
I don't know. He's pretty tied up with delivering awards at podcast conventions. Yeah.
Plus, I don't know. I just I'll stand by what I said earlier. I just didn't think people were very likable. Like, I couldn't get behind anybody. I just felt like they were all annoying and kind of petulant and irritating. And I wanted people to be heroic and interesting and likable.
I think they missed their chance to become heroic in the series.
Yeah.
Because the first season was all about, let's discover these powers and what can we do with these powers. And then immediately it switched to which faction is on whose side, and then it kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to, I mean, basically, if they want this to work, number one, start off with a bunch of new people. Don't try and bring back anybody. Number two, grittier, no happy ending kind of stuff like NBC likes to do with the moral of the story is ... Keep it dark, keep it gritty.
Yeah. Plus, you're just rehashing the stories again and then bringing in really uninteresting new characters that you didn't need. Like, it was already crowded, that show, but then the second season, like, oh, here's somebody new, but you're like, yeah, but we got too many going. Now there's 50 billion parallel stories being told.
Right.
And you can't,
really, you're looking...
George Takei's not going to save it for me.
You're looking at most 7 characters in your set, and that makes up your team with their different abilities. And you're going against opposing group of the same kind. I mean, it would be really interesting if they took this from the perspective of, this is 5 years later. Forget all the flash forward stuff, the Days of Future Past stuff that they tried to do. Go forward 5 years, and now these quote unquote mutants are out there in the world, and there's an uprising, and people are scared of who these people are and what their powers are, and treat it as without using the word X-Men or mutants, treat it as, how do people deal with these people who are coming into the power, and what about these witch hunts for people that have superpower? What did they call them in that series? I forget. It wasn't a mutant, but it was some.
What was what was that? Chat room, help us out. That was it was their own version of that word, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So they've mutated to whatever.
Yeah.
I think that could be really interesting as you're looking at race relations, as you're looking at pushing people out of the way and creating 2 different classes. I think there could be a bunch of really cool things that come out of it. And for 13 episodes, maybe it is nothing but biff pam wow bang 13 episodes of Wang.
Yeah. By the
I think that should be one of their characters.
By the way, I love your snowball mount, by the way.
Oh man, I've had this forever. The other microphone that I've been using, I took home a couple of weeks ago and forgot to bring it back to work.
Chat room or people at home can't see this, but it looks like you're talking into an alien's face. Like it's just this
it's like an old 1930s microphone. Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. All the ships at sea.
The big fights tonight. Yeah, that looks really good. We got first images of Dan Dehan as the Green Goblin for this new Spider-Man deal.
I think people are going to go kind of crazy over this because he's not like masked. He's actually got a mutated face.
What do you think about that? That seems. I mean, okay, let's go back early 07. I mean, everybody saw the Joker for the first time and went, "What? He's got actual like flesh smile. It's not makeup. I don't know about this." But then I think everybody was down with it when it happened.
Right.
Oh, maybe we'll have this here, you know?
And yeah, the Ultimate Spider-Man Green Goblin was a very different. wasn't a mask. It was a mutated Osborn.
And certainly in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon series, he's mutated.
Right.
And so this kind of follows along that same lines. I really think people have kind of abandoned a lot of what's going on in the 616 universe and are looking more to the Ultimate type universe for telling their stories.
Did they shrink Spider-Man and Green Goblin down and put him in somebody's watch? Is that what I'm seeing here?
Yes, that's exactly what you're seeing here.
It's a total Gotham like mysterious machine thing.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's a factory, some kind of a factory or a
giant gear factory. Great.
Yep.
Yes, we make gears and we use gears to make other gears, and none of our gears actually line up.
Nope.
I don't know how I feel about that.
You can see it down there in the bottom part of the picture.
So we talked about this on Comic Dorks, but I want to bring it up one more time here to kind of finish this out today. And it's this: Fox has basically cast the entirety of the Fantastic Four main characters, the four main dudes. We talked about on that show how we think that Rubber Man looks too young.
Right.
Rubber Man.
Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic looks too young. I think
won't have any rubber children.
What's her name's fine. I don't have a problem with her. I don't have a problem with anybody really. But the problem everybody's having is that we have gone ahead and picked our torch, our Johnny Storm, and he is an African American. Right. And there's been this giant outcry, and we talked about on Comic Dorks why we don't understand why the outcry. And I think Scott Kurtz put it really well. If you want to hear some pretty solid wisdom on why the world is stupid, you should listen to that episode of Comic Dorks. But
it's really good.
It's been some time now. Do you think the fallout's over? Are we cool with it? Are we working toward it? I mean, how are you feeling about it now?
I think people just want an explanation. You know, is this adoption? Is this something else? Adoption is the easiest way to explain it away. But the other thing people keep forgetting is the Michael B. Jordan announcement was made months ago. He was the first person cast for the movie. And it's only now that it's come back up, now that we see the rest of the cast going on, that they're like, wait a minute, something here doesn't match. For those of you that have seen, what's her name, Cara Mara from House of Cards.
Yeah.
She does not look quite like Michael B. Jordan in a brother-sister role of Sue and Johnny Storm. So,
sure.
You know, the easy answer is he's adopted, and that gives him the ability to be a little bit more of a hothead compared to Sue's more level-headedness in the piece.
They should say that she's an albino. She should be an albino, is what it should be.
That could be.
Give her pink contacts and say she was born an albino.
But Michael B. Jordan was so fantastic in Friday Night Lights that you know, I couldn't be happier about that casting.
I'm pretty sure wasn't he in The Wire too? That's what I remember.
I don't know if he was in The Wire, but I know he was in that other hero movie where
the Chronicle.
Chronicle, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know about The Wire. That's a good question. He's really good though, and on FNL he was fan-freaking-tastic. He was an amazing part of those last couple seasons.
Yeah, he was in The Wire. He played Wallace.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
he deserves to get a big role like this.
Oh yeah, no, I think he's going to be great. I think he's, you know, if you saw him in Chronicle, you know he's a great actor, and you know he can pull off a role like this.
Yeah.
He was a little bit more reserved as the hero or as a person with powers in Chronicle. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when he's able to be a total extrovert and totally go over the top and zoom around all on fire.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good casting, and I think people will hopefully quickly. I mean, we're at a weird country, weird world of people who won't be able to get past that the race issue. But I'm fine with it. I could care less.
Yeah, who cares? And also, to everybody who's worried, there's some people worried about the character for the Thing, or the dude. What's his name? I can't find his name.
Jamie Bell.
Yeah. I don't know why they're worried. I don't know why they're worried about this, because you're only going to see him tell the origin's over.
Right.
And then he's CGI man for the rest of the movie. They're not putting him in a rubber suit like freaking Chiklis, Michael Chiklis. They're going to do that.
Man, I want some foam.
You do,
thing running down the street.
Like that 94 thing? Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Honestly, I want...
Both...
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I guess they were both, he and Miles Teller, who's fantastic.
Hold on.
Button.
There, say it again. You went all weird.
So Miles...
He's still going weird. Did we lose him, Steven? Steven Schleicher? That whole call go away? Hello? Is it me? Is it me? Maybe it's me! Oh, no! Alright, hold on. What happened? Did I lose internet? Crap.
Teller,
hold on.
Button.
There, say it again. You went all weird.
So Miles...
He's still going weird. Dang it. Hold on. You guys can still hear me? All right, hold on. Let's just get this show back on the road here. Do I not have internet? Am I out of internet? Oh, I have no internet. Huh. Are we back yet?